Hi everybody, this is Bogus Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends 80th Anniversary Deadpool and Hitmonkey 2-pack. So before we take a look at Deadpool and Hitmonkey, let's take a look at Headpool. It's not actually a figure, it's just a little funny thing that Hasbro packed in as kind of like a third minifigure. And this is Headpool. We saw this previously with the Lady Deadpool figure. You can see a little bit of his mask didn't get painted on there. But the head is exactly the same. I think the paint's exactly the same too. I can't be sure about that. But then we get this RC vehicle that Hasbro previously used on Silvermane. And I think he came with Speed Demon and the Absorbing Man Wave. But this time it says Big Pool right there and has some metallic blue paint to it. And the tires are just flat black. And the flag is painted white. I think Silvermane's was green. I couldn't find mine. I was going to break it out for this review so I could compare these two. But yeah, I do think that's a fun accessory, a fun little thing that Hasbro packed in there. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So there's that. I will set him back there. So up next, we will be taking a look at Hitmonkey and his accessories. So he comes with two pistols. We have seen these used previously before. And I find that these fit in his hands a lot better than the other guns that he comes with. I want to say they're submachine guns maybe. But there he is with the pistols. And like I said, these stay in his hands a lot better than the other ones do. And I'll show these off. And these are really plain. The pistol's just done in a flat gray plastic. And this is done in kind of a gunmetal color, like a dark silver. And it almost looks translucent in some places, especially with the light on it, like right there and right there. I don't know, it just looks really cheap. Kind of looks like a dollar store army figure weapon. But you can put these in his hands like so. I think the reason that these fit best is because it has those little grooves right there. But you can switch these out. And that's the one that gives me the most trouble, is the left hand. As you can see, it just about drops out of it. It just doesn't want to stay in there at all. Unless you put it like that. And of course, that looks funny. So what I tend to do is put one pistol in one of these other guns. Like I said, I can't remember if this is a submachine gun, if that's the name of it or not. But anyway, there he is with his weapons. And there is headphones. These were originally released with the 2014 Star-Lord figure. And some of the promo pictures have it on Hitmonkey, but they don't stay on Hitmonkey the best. If you line them up on his ears here, as you can see, they're barely on there. Well, that side actually slipped off. So, you can put those on him, but they don't want to stay the greatest. They're very loose. So you can do that if you want to. So I think I'll probably go ahead and take these off for now. But this Hitmonkey is completely reused. All they did was just change the color from the Build-A-Figure, and his suit was done in all black. So taking a look at the head sculpt, it looks good, but it could have been better. Like, as you can see, the glasses aren't painted on the greatest. It missed its mark there. They didn't even get the black painted on there. And you have some black going onto his face for the glasses there. So I feel like they could have been painted on better. And his fur really needed some shading. They put just a little bit of a light whitish gray on top of his head there. But that is it. I might go through and paint some, I don't know what color. Maybe dark gray or the same color. I just think it really needs some paint variation. That's something they could have improved upon. Is using the printing tech to put some variation there. And his teeth could have been painted a little bit better too. As you can see, some of them aren't even painted and it kind of looks like he has blood on his teeth. So that could have been painted a lot better. And he has some wrinkles sculpted in. He doesn't have a whole lot of sculpting detail. He has his red tie there that's painted on, which, as you can see, they didn't paint all of that on there. It should have came over just a little bit more. And he has silver on his belt buckle there. And, of course, his hands and feet are done in a black-colored plastic for his gloves. because I believe he also has gloves on his feet too. Looks like gloves at least. Now one thing is, this figure does not want to stand. It is very tricky to actually get him standing. He just wants to fall over. So that's why I had him posed on one knee during the beginning of this video. So now, let's go over his articulation. He has a ball-jointed head that can only move back that far. The jacket does get in the way. He can move his head down all the way. He can move his head side to side. He has ball-jointed shoulders that can move out all the way. He has really good range of motion in his shoulders. He has single-jointed elbow that swivels side to side. He has swiveled wrist that can move side to side and up and down. He has swiveled waist that can move side to side. He has ball-jointed hips that can do a complete split. And mine are kind of loose. They're not really tight. I wish they would have been just a little bit tighter. But he has ball-jointed hips that can do a complete split. He can kick forward just a little bit. Once you move it up that far, it's kind of just out. And he can move back all the way. He has swiveled the thigh, single-jointed knee that doesn't bend in that far. He has swiveled the ankle that can move side to side, up and down. And he has an ankle rocker, but his pants do get in the way, so you can't move it that much. So, I never got the first release of this figure, but I kind of knew his articulation wouldn't be the greatest. So now let's get him posed here. So now, let's take a look at Deadpool and his accessories. Now, he comes with a majority of the accessories here. He comes with 2 alternate heads. I believe this one was used on the Sauron Wave X-Men outfit Deadpool. But this one is cast in a light red. That's one thing with all the Deadpool figures. All of the reds are different. From the Marvel Now version, from the Juggernaut Wave to this one, all the reds are different. And one thing I did want to mention is you can see the peg back there. There is a significant gappage. So I wish they would have retooled it slightly to hide that. But he comes with this head, the standard head. As you can hear, it's a really tight fit. He comes with his unmasked head, which getting these on is also just a little tricky. There he is with his unmasked head sculpt, and it doesn't look too bad, but I feel like it could have looked just a little bit better. Comparing it to the previous unmasked Deadpool, which is from the Juggernaut Wave, I ended up painting his scars red because I think that looks really good like that. Now, I wish Hasbro would do that. I don't know if they can't do that because they consider it too gory or what. But as you can see, the colors are done in just about the same, kind of that burnt skin tone with some tones of red to it. And the difference with this one is he has normal eyes on the new head sculpt, whereas the previous one had yellow eyes with some black shading around his eyes. And I do think I like this one better. So there is that head sculpt. And finally, for his last head sculpt here, my favorite head sculpt is the one from the boxer shorts Deadpool figure, which is also from the Sauron Wave. And that one pops on just a little bit easier, but this is where his mask is halfway up and you can see some of his face. And I like the way that looks. I don't know, this is just my favorite head to display the figure with. And of course, he comes with a ton of accessories too. He comes with his katanas, which we've seen them use numerous times before. And he can hold them pretty well in each hand. The right is a little bit more loose than the left. The left, as you can see, is pretty tight, and the right hand is pretty wobbly. So he has that. He comes with a guitar, and I really love this accessory. This might be my favorite accessory from the pack. You get this blue and yellow checkered pattern and black and pink stripes to it. And it just looks really good. My only complaint is I wish the strings would have been painted on. It looks really plain. It kind of, if you have it back here, it looks like it has no strings at all. Which they are sculpted on, but, you know, it would have been nice to see them painted on too. This was previously used with Spider-Punk. And the strap has a little bit of texture to it. It's done in a purple color. And yeah, it's reused, but I definitely like this one better than the Spider-Punk one. And you just put that over his shoulder like that. And you can actually get him holding this in 2 different hands. I'm just going to have it like that for the review to show that off there. So he has that. Like I said, that's a really awesome accessory. Let's go ahead and take that off there. He comes with a shield. And I can't think of Deadpool ever actually using a shield. I think he might have used one in Deadpool's Secret Wars during the Secret Wars event, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But it looked good. This is Captain America's shield just repainted. You get the flat black and the glossy white eyes and the glossy red. That looks pretty good. And you just slide that up like so and clip it onto his forearm. And there he has his shield. And for his final accessory, he comes with this pink zebra print gun. And this was used with the Marvel Now Deadpool from the Juggernaut wave. And I really like the way this looks. It's kind of a crazy accessory. It definitely looks like a gun that Deadpool would have because he's Deadpool. And you can put this in his right hand. Now this does stretch his hand out a little bit. That's probably why the sword is so loose in this hand. Is because as you can see, that stretches his hand out pretty well. And that one, if you put the sword in his hand, it stays pretty well like that. So if you do put this in his right hand or left hand, just definitely know that it will stretch his hand out and he might not be able to hold the sword the best. He'll be able to hold it, but it'll definitely be loose. So, of course, this body is also reused. This was previously used on the young Nick Fury from the Captain Marvel wave, as you can tell because he has the holster and stuff sculpted in there. But it's not painted on like this one is. It's just cast in white. But they did reuse this body for Deadpool. And I actually like this body because it has some improved articulation there in the ankles. So that doesn't bother me one bit. Now looking at the neck, it could have been painted just a little bit better because where the suit meets the neck, you can see they didn't get all the red painted on there. And he has red painted on for his tie. And you get some silver buttons here and silver belt buckle. And he has red hands, of course, or the gloves for his hands, I should say. But most of this figure is just cast in white, which the weird thing is, his torso is just a slightly different color than the rest of him. His jacket here and his torso is a different color than his arms and legs. It looks like it has a brownish tint to it almost. But it was straight like this out of the package. I don't know why it would be like that. And he has white shoes on, and they have black soles painted on them, glossy black soles. So, like I said, this Deadpool's mostly just a reuse. All the head sculpts is a reuse. Well, technically this whole set is reused. Everything is reused from a previous figure. But this is just a really fun set. So now, let's go over Deadpool's articulation. He has a ball-jointed head that can look back all the way. If you get him looking back like that, he can look back just a little bit farther, but as you can see, there is a pretty significant gap there. He can look down all the way. He can move his head side to side, but it makes that noise, as you can hear when you do that. He has ball-jointed shoulders, and the left will move out, and the right won't move out at all. Well, it will move out slightly, but not by much. He has swivel at the bicep, double-jointed elbow, swivel at the wrist that can move side to side, and up and down. And while I was looking there, as you can see, the pegs are the same color as the torso and the suit here. So that's kind of weird that there's a difference in color. He has an ab crunch that can move back all the way, and he can crunch forward all the way. He has swivel at the waist that can move side to side. He has ball-jointed hips that can just about do a complete split. He can kick forward. He can kick back all the way. He has swivel at the thigh, double-jointed knee, swivel at the ankle that can move down all the way, up all the way, and an ankle rocker. So as I said, if you have the Nick Fury, the young Nick Fury figure, you pretty much know what to expect from Deadpool. And if you have the Hip Monkey Build-A-Figure, then you know what to expect from Hip Monkey too. So now let's get them all standing side by side. So there is Deadpool, Hip Monkey, and Headpool all next to each other. So overall, I'd highly recommend this pack. Everything is reused, but it's just a really fun pack. I didn't think I'd have as much fun with it as I'm having. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.